Hello there, people of the internet. It has been quite some time.
Oh yeah, hi internet.
So today what I'm doing is we've got this chicken coop. I think we did a video a while ago, actually kind of getting this laid out and whatnot. But we've learned that based on how many chickens we have, they accumulate a lot of poop. We've got roughly 40 chickens in here at any given time. And so this wonderful idea of like the roost bars and then having PDZ down here and then just scooping out the poop every day, you know, not a bad idea if you've got just a handful of chickens, but when you've got 40 plus, the poop builds up and children don't always remember to come and clean out poop. So anyways, a lot of poop has accumulated and it is not the best, so we are pulling all of this out. We're just going to do a deep litter method on the floor, add some more sawdust, some shavings, and basically just do a number of roost bars kind of layered throughout.
But we're not taking down that.
No, this room is staying in place, and I believe what the plan is, we're gonna do a brooder over here so we don't have chicks in our garage, because that was not the best experience. We thought, you know, it wouldn't be too bad, but we had chicks in there for about I'd say probably a month and a half, maybe 2 months. And just the flies that would accumulate in the garage and then ultimately in the house was absolutely terrible. So we are not doing any more chickens in the garage.
Or house.
Or house, no. And this is Rev's hops. This is the only remaining chicken of the first 4 that we got.
So he's about a year old?
She is about a year old, yep. Hops is one that we always referred to him as a he.
Yeah, I call him him.
So what did you tell him?
I told him I was working in the chicken coop. I was redoing the chicken coop, and that I wasn't totally sure what this video all was going to entail. But I mean, heck, while we're here, look, we're in our house.
It's a mess.
Yeah, it is. What we do is we do a project. We get that project done. That project comes with a lot of extra materials and other stuff that doesn't have a home, and so it just ends up out here, and then it just accumulates and accumulates.
And now you know how people that live in the country end up with stuff all over.
I 100% understand. I mean, obviously,
the piggies!
We're not
They
to
all
the
came
point
out.
of, a lot of it has use. It could be used later.
And we don't have a shop.
So it just kind of sits around until we potentially might have an opportunity to use it later instead of wasting it.
Yeah.
And so it sits around and it just sits and sits and sits and sits until, you know, maybe a few months down the road, a few years down the road, you're like, okay, great, this is the opportunity to use that, and then you use it, and then, you know, you finally dwindle down on one little thing.
So I guess the question herein lies, even for my husband, why are we on this channel? Right?
Yeah.
So my answer for that is, I don't really know. I have felt like we're supposed to go back to our old vlogging channel for a couple months now. And I've actually started a couple videos, like 3 times now, with the intention of them going on this channel. And then like my camera broke. That was the main issue. And then we got this camera, or no, I mean we've had this camera. Then I went back to this camera, the old one. And then I was just using excuses, like the back of it. There's like a screen that I can like see myself in. And the screw lost one, and so it's loose. And then that was annoying me. I don't really know. Like, I don't know the full reason of like why I'm back on this channel. I just know that I have felt that God has been telling us to just go back to this channel. And I talked, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you really should if you're wanting to keep up, just because that's where I like post most of the stuff. And I talked a little bit about, you know, 2 years ago, our middle child had an accident. And since then, like, we've reprioritized our life a lot, and I have posted I posted a lot less. It just hasn't been my focus. I've tried to like brainstorm whether maybe I'm just like bored of the content I'm making. Maybe we just need to start a new channel, which was our homesteading channel. Like, tried so many things. And like nothing really got that motivation, even though I genuinely miss vlogging, and I miss definitely being able to have like the stuff to look back on of like our girls growing up. Like, look how big they are now. Look how big they are. So tall. Who's the tallest now, Rev? Your little sister's taller than you. Is that pretty funny? A lot of Rennie's life growing up isn't on video, which makes me kind of sad that like we don't have a lot of footage of her growing up. Because pretty much the last 2 years has been like when we haven't posted consistently. Look at all the piggies. They're having so much fun. They just come and go though.
Yeah.
But anyways, in short, you know, I do definitely miss vlogging. Time is short now. And when this isn't like my job, I don't rely on it for money. That means it's not a priority because we have a farm. And I have a husband that I need to spend time with too. And kids to take care of. And animals to feed. Milk, water, do all the things. Oh, we can't go too far because Rev's bringing that. So yeah, it just kind of means that it gets put to the wayside. But all that to say, I finally am going to post a video on this channel that you guys are watching. What? You have that book? You found that book? That's your book that Grandma got you, huh?
And this book.
Yeah.
Your Band-Aid book?
Band-Aid book, gotcha. How do you feel about vlogging again? Because I am gonna make clear off the bat with us going back to vlogging that as always, we have never forced our children to be on camera. There's a lot of time, like we would get comments about other kids like not being in as much as because they don't want to be. So I know you do. Do you want to go show them your goats, Ari? They haven't seen your goats. I mean, they have on the other channel, but on this channel they haven't.
Can I show them the chickens?
Sure, we're gonna go over to the chickens in a bit. So this is our fencing that we're using right now. We are moving them like every week or so. Yeah, every week or so we're moving the calves and the goats. They're helping to eat down all this. We're actually gonna be starting some rotational grazing.
So who is this area? Can you hear me?
There's Herms.
Jenny's over here, Ari. Oh, you're going away. Trying to stay away from Delilah.
So Ginny here, we were milking until our milk cow came into milk. So she's just feeding her baby still. That's way down there. Not so much a baby anymore.
Oh yeah, Bucky's coming.
Buck is our newest member of the herd. And he is a wether, so he's just a fixed male goat. And he's made a lot of progress. When he came here, he wouldn't let anybody touch him at all. He wouldn't even come up to them.
He's letting
he
Ari
really
pet him,
only
though.
lets Ari and has just started to let Ren, I think.
Not me yet.
But he's still pretty standoffish, but
There's Lily.
he's fitting in well. And then of course we've got our calves here. That's Delilah. She is the one. We got her and she's actually dying. She is covered in flies right now. I don't know why they like her so much more than they do Emmy.
There's
That was
Phoenix and Brady.
That one's Brady on the left.
That one's Brady?
Yeah.
I said that one's Brady and that one's Phoenix.
Oh, I thought you said opposite. This is Brady who's pooping and Phoenix on the right. You can see Phoenix is underweight. So they're actually both standard breds. They are retired racehorses that we got from a rescue. And then you guys already saw a bit of the pigs. They're the newest ones to the farm.
The pink one is Wilbur.
Yeah, we just got them over the weekend. So they were not around people a lot, so they're a bit skittish. They're not mean. They haven't like tried to bite or anything like that. They're just very skittish. And so we've had to move them twice from cages to a smaller run when they first got here, and then we moved them here. And they're getting curious. So you can see. Hi guys. What's up?
Which one's the girl?
I don't know. There is one girl in here. The rest of them are all fixed males.
So but they can't have babies?
No, they can't. And we got a little runt there. That's Wilbur. Wilbur the runt. If you have not been following me on Instagram or on our homesteading channel, then you may not know that we are not vegan anymore. We were vegan for about 3 years. I actually didn't think we'd ever eat pig. I think I even said that like in my original video I posted on my personal channel, like talking about it more in depth. You know, opinions change. I am being a bit more picky about like what we feed our pigs. I feel like a lot of people kind of just treat them as like garbage disposals and like whatever, it doesn't matter what it is, they feed them. And I want to make sure that, because like at the end of the day, this is meat that's gonna go in our bodies, and so I don't want to feed them like a bunch of crap.
Like moldy stuff?
Yeah, we're not feeding them anything moldy. They actually are pretty much on raw milk, and that's mainly what they're eating because we have so much. It is free food for them, and so that is like their main sustenance, which is like an awesome, obviously superfood to be able to give them. So feel very lucky that we were able to do that. Aw, they're taking little naps in there, so cute. Oh, I love Wilbur. He's getting a scratch. Hey, Wilbur. Is that a good scratch, Wilbur? That's a good scratch. Oh, they're so cute. I think this is gonna be the hardest animal for us to process. That's one of the things I talked about when we decided not to be vegan anymore. I didn't want to be one of those like vegans that then like steps away and then pretends like that doesn't exist. I wanted to be able to say that like we're processing our own food, at least the majority of like what we eat. And so we actually processed our first chickens a couple weeks ago, I think it was. So that was the first like meat that we've processed, like animals that we've processed for food on this farm.
But the first thing we got food from was Jenny. That's the first thing.
Oh, that was milk though. I'm talking about processing to like eat the animal.
I'm talking about like things like just the food we got from the animal.
You are correct. Ginny was the first one. Oh, hi Bacon. That's Bacon. And then we are going to be getting a steer at some point to raise as well.
The same kind is, a steer is what Calvin was, right?
Yeah, not Calvin though. We are gonna get a steer of some sort. Our main meat is going to always be chicken. Probably like that is the majority of what it is that we will probably raise for food. And then obviously we're gonna be raising our own like grass-fed beef and then the pigs. Every time Patrick comes back, he turns the lights on for the kids. They love it.
Hey, Papa, you got the lights on for us.
Yeah, he's got the lights on for you. Tired? All of the above? It's taking forever?
No, I'm never tired.
You're never tired?
No.
I don't believe that.
I wasn't even tired last night.
Oh,
That's why I
okay.
couldn't go to sleep. I was trying to read books and books. I read the whole entire rest of Charlotte's Web. I read the whole rest of the book.
This girl is a reader. Like, how old are you now?
7.
7 years old. And what series did you just read?
Harry Potter.
She has read the entire Harry Potter series. I can't keep up with her.
I started when I was 6, right?
I think so.
The chickens go crazy when they see me because I have spent lots of time with them. If you just watch this, Funzy, they'll just lay down and let me pick them right up. So right now these are mealworms. They love the mealworms. It's their favorite. They eat it all the time. So we have like 40 something chickens in the coop right now, so there's just so much poop. Sometimes the chickens will come right up in my face, like that one does it, mostly that one right there. She'll come right up in my face and look right at me. So, yeah, I'm Revelynne, if you were wondering what my name is. This is one of Peppy's chicks. That's a Peppy chick, too. That's the Peppy chick, those two back there. And I don't know where Pepper is, but the one that hatched those chicks should be somewhere around here.
So this is our original chicken coop that we had, our original first flock in, which we still have some of our OGs here. But this was the one that was up by the original farmhouse. We brought it down here because we're going to actually use this as like a transitional coop for our smaller birds. So when they come out of the brooder and they're ready to go outside, they'll go in here, and then they'll move from here into the big coop once they're a good size. So yeah, this got moved over here for that. We're taking this down though because since they're little birds, we don't need any extra room in that coop over there. So we're just taking apart this so that they have more ground space.
Good morning, vlog.
What you doing?
Sitting next to Snowy.
Eating some peanuts. Snowy is one of our broody hens. She's only sitting on like 5 eggs right now.
6.
6, sorry. We've made progress though.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Make sure you hold it somewhat steady.
Today we are
Okay.
working on the coop.
Yep, so they've already seen a bunch of the work that we did. You can show them we got everything emptied out.
We've ripped everything out. I kept saying they were destroying the coop.
Okay, and then up here,
The
we've got
roost.
3 new roost bars going all the way across. So 1, 2, 3.
3.
And then we've got, here, point it this way and hold it still. Okay, and then we've got one more roost that we're gonna basically do from here, more or less even with that all the way to this wall, which means I'm gonna have to get another board to do that because that one's not long enough. So that's gonna be another roost. And then, for the first time ever in this coop, we are going to have a ladder or stairs, which are going to essentially come behind this roost all the way up so that the little chicks can climb their way up to...
And Clover, our rooster that is very small and doesn't know how to get, acts like he doesn't know how to get on the roost, but he's already getting on the roost, then he stops getting on the roost, then he started getting on the roost, then he stops.
Okay, watch out. Okay.
What did you think was wrong?
I don't know, I hadn't seen her out and about for a while. I just want to make sure she wasn't stuck or something.
Oh, Rooney. Today has been a long day. We've been out working in a chicken coop all day long. On this chicken, are you ready to see, guys? Ready for this to see this chicken? Do it. Not that far apart, okay, Daddy?
About that far apart. Okay. And that is what? About 6 inches, 7 inches, 10 inches.
Let me see. 9.
How about
No,
6?
6, yes.
Yeah, you're looking upside down.
6 inches.
Okay. Does that mean, will we have enough?
I think this one's. Which one's the one? Is this one?
Nope. Oh yes, that would be 1.
It's actually the next day, but I wanted to make sure to show you guys that we moved those chicks to the old coop. And then I was gonna show you like the finished coop before closing out. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you making so much noise? Anyway, so they're all in here now and they're doing good. Like this will be the first time them learning how to like go into a coop. So we'll see if they all go in there as it gets dark. So far, they have not, but we will see. They're all just kind of on this. So I'm hoping they all go in the coop, guys. You gotta go in the coop. And then coming over here, we still have to clean up all, this is all the wood that we took out from the roosting boards. And a lot of these, oh, this guy is going. So issue number 1 we figured out is the ladder that they're using to all get up is right in like the poop zone for this roosting bar. So we're thinking we may pull this roosting bar out to here. So it'll pull it just far enough out that it won't hit that ladder anymore. They're definitely still figuring out where to lay. As you can see, there are no eggs. Those are fake eggs. There are no eggs in there, but I'm pretty sure. Yep, there's an egg over there, which I don't want to get pooped on, so I'm not going to get that right now. And then there's probably eggs over in this area because they keep laying by Snowy. And then Fern over here insists on roosting on the windowsill every night, so that's fun. But they're figuring it out. Are you guys coming in? I'll get out your way. But it feels so much bigger in here already. Like the airflow is better. It's a lot better. How y'all doing? The one issue, well, there's multiple issues with all this heat, as I'm sure many of you know. Unfortunately, when there's a lot of heat, they don't lay. So yeah, that's kind of been a problem.